welcome, everybody. Saying lots of welcomes as we are going live on Zoom. And I'm really excited to have you all here tonight. This is Mike DeLuca, and I'm the host for tonight. And again, we are very happy that you're here. Tonight, we are going to be discussing a continuation of that topic we started a few weeks ago. And I'm going to bring my PowerPoint up and we will take a look. And tonight we are focusing on Farming the Field of Dreams, one of my favorite movies, Farming the Field of Dreams and Limitless Possibilities. And we've had some discussion over the last few weeks or the last month or so about this concept of how do we move beyond the sense of lack or need, or the sense of being limited, and move into this realm of limitlessness, which is where, when we let go of the things that are keeping us limited, we are able to accept the possibilities that life has to offer. So I want to just do a quick review of the past couple of weeks. We talked about what is a challenge for us is we often, when we are setting goals, and often when we are trying to move forward into having greater freedom, greater abundance in our life, we can set the goal, we can set the desire to have these things, but if our attention is on patterns, thoughts which are surrounded and encased in emotion from the past that actually sabotage our movement forward towards the potential of achieving what we want, these thought forms surrounded by emotion will actually hold us back. And they could actually whisper in our ears enough to talk us out of doing the things and taking advantage of the opportunities that are coming to us as a result of us setting those goals and intentions. And so tonight we're going to look at how do we face these things? What do they look like? What do they sound like? And then by moving into the state of no thing, in other words, dropping the preconceived programs, preconceived notions, and dropping whatever we are identifying that is limiting us, and becoming and working in that state of doing nothing, being nothing, saying nothing, needing nothing, we then open ourselves up to be able to spot and take advantage of these limitless opportunities that exist in the universe, right? Whether you call it the universe, whether you call it spirit, whether you call it the field, the quantum field, whatever you want to call it, it is made up of limitless energy and limitless possibilities. But we will attract to ourselves once we have firmly set in our attention the fact that we are grateful for already having achieved what we are looking for. And we have let go of these negative images, doubts, and programs. So let's take a look at that. So a few weeks ago, we talked about what is the formula for attracting from the field. The formula is, again, once we've let go of those past images that are surrounded by negative emotions like fear, doubt, right? We have an intention of doing something, being something, or having something. If we surround that intention with a positive emotion, okay, and that can be love, that can be gratitude, right? That can be a sense of wonder, But if we surround the intention with a positive emotion to negate the negative emotion that is surrounding that which is pulling us away from achieving our goal, and we released those things, we release our thoughts, we release our attachments, our beliefs, our past, images of ourselves, we can then embrace the opportunities that are coming to us from life, from the universe, from the field, right? So I'd like to do a little exercise tonight. If you have a piece of paper, I'd like to have you split up that piece of paper into 3 columns, okay? In the middle, your wish or your goal, okay? Put that in the middle. And then write down these 2 sentences to the left: images, thoughts, emotions from the past that are holding you back. And then on the right, these positive emotions, what are you grateful for already having achieved the goal? How has that changed your life for the better? And what could you surrender in order to get it? Right? So let's work with this. Once you have these things written on your piece of paper, and if you wanted to make a line down the middle on this side and one down the middle of that side so that you can work within the columns, go ahead and do that. But first, here in the middle, let's write down the goal, the experience, the achievement that you are looking to manifest in your life at this time. Put that right here in the middle. And you can put a couple of them in there. Now, once you have that here in the middle, as you're putting your attention on that goal, I want you to think about what are some of the past experiences, what are some of the thoughts, maybe of you or of other people, that when you attempted to achieve this goal in the past, held you back. And maybe it was you attempted in the past to do something similar and it didn't work out. And you had a sense of failure. Or somebody called your attention to, hey, you're looking to do this thing. Do you remember when you tried it in the past, it didn't work out? Why are you trying it again? You're not going to be successful. Has there ever been any experience like that in the past? Talking to you in the back of your head as you're contemplating your goal, right? Or maybe you're saying, well, I really want to do that, but maybe I'm not smart enough, or maybe I don't have enough experience, or maybe I don't have the money to make that happen, or I don't know the right people. Just write those things down and be honest with yourself about what are these images surrounded by emotions that are pulling at you and holding you back from pursuing these goals and achievements with great energy and excitement and wonder, right? What are some of the fears? Write them down, right? What are some of the negative self-talk that you're carrying around with you? Write it down. What were some of the experiences from the past that didn't quite work out that are sort of pulling at you? Write it down. Because what's happening here is here we are in the present. We are setting this goal, this objective, this desire to achieve, and we write it down on paper and we look at it, and maybe we put it on our mirror and we look at it and we look at it and we look at it. And while we're looking at it, this stuff starts to creep in and starts to chatter. You start to see these images from the past because they are surrounded with strong emotions of either fear, anger, embarrassment, right? And so what happens is, even before you start to move forward to achieve this goal, these things are pulling you away from the achievement of the goal. And so, we're trying to make this the starting point right here, and we're trying to move to the right towards the achievement of the goal. But in reality, these things are sabotaging our efforts, and they're creating a field of energy around us that's negative and that is non-supportive of our goals. And it creates so much inner chatter that we wind up convincing ourselves that we're not capable of doing this. And then we convince ourselves now's not the right time to do it, right? And we give up on it. Or from these limited perspectives, we look at our goal and we say, oh, that's so far into the future. In order for me to have that, I'm going to have to go to school for 10 more years. Before I can do that, I'm going to have to work 80 hours a week or 20 hours a day, because that's what I've been told in the past, that if you want something, you have to work really, really hard, really, really long. You have to sacrifice a lot, and you have to change, and you have to do all of these things. And as you're thinking about the things that need to be done, you start feeling like, I don't even want to do those things. I guess I'm not really committed to this goal, right? So what we want to do, we want to change this vibration. We want to change this set of thoughts, images, and emotions from ones that sabotage us and pull us away from the goals achieved. We want to begin to establish an intention with emotion, and we want to establish ourselves to be able to move and surrender into the field of possibilities and attract the right ones to us, and then be aware when those opportunities start to come to us, and train our brain, train our reticular activation system, which is usually so preoccupied in finding threats, finding things that are out to hurt us, people that are out to hurt us, reasons that we're going to fail. It's so busy looking at that stuff, right? We want to retrain it to say, no, start looking for this stuff that's coming my way, because I'm now setting up a tractor beam for them to start being pulled to me. So to negate these things, to surrender them and get rid of them, we have to create an opposite positive attraction, right? We have to create an opposite positive intention and emotion that polarizes the goal, and it opens us up to begin to attract out of that field of limitless possibility the opportunities that will come our way. And they may not be the opportunities we thought were supposed to happen, but they'll be the right ones that'll help us achieve our goal or even better. Because remember, the spirit of life, the energy of the universe, whatever you want to call it, the field, always has our best intentions in mind and always is out to give us the greatest opportunity to be the most we can be and be of the greatest value. So, how do we do that? How do we create that positive attracting force to bring in the opportunities from the field and not allow these negative things to repel them by pulling us away? Well, the best emotion to attach to your intention is the emotions of love and gratitude. So on the right-hand side of your piece of paper, right, I want you to just close your eyes for a minute and see yourself, and you are standing in a room, and there is a wall, and the wall has a window. You look through the window and you can see on the other side is the future you having already achieved the goal you're trying to achieve, right? And feel yourself being filled with gratitude, and then tear down the wall. Brick by brick, you are tearing down the wall, and what you are tearing down is you are letting go, brick by brick, of those limiting thoughts, those limiting images, self-talk, and the whispers from other people. You pull down the wall, and now all that there is you in that field of limitless opportunity. Just see yourself moving through that field, and you're surrounded by amazing and unbelievable opportunities for you to advance, to achieve your goals and dreams, right? To be the greatest version of you that you can be. And then see yourself embracing some opportunities and just pull them into your sphere. Pull them into yourself. And then look at how are you feeling having achieved already this goal. Feel the gratitude, the love, the excitement of now having achieved that which was so precious to you as a goal. How does that feel? Really connect with the feeling of joy and accomplishment and pride and gratitude. Really connect with that. Surround yourself with that. Then look at yourself and become aware of how have you changed from that past individual who had all of those bricks and walls, giving them the illusion that between them and achieving their goals, there was an inconquerable wall of time and space. And instead of feeling incomplete like you did in the past because you hadn't achieved the goal, it was something you lacked. and you had to work really hard to get to getting it. Feel now what it's like to have that sense of achievement. No separation at all between yourself and the goal achieved. How does that feel? And how has that changed you, your consciousness, your attitude, your perspective, your happiness, your confidence? See your heart opening up wide because you embraced all of those opportunities. And now you are living in the center of having already achieved what that field of life is bringing to you as an opportunity. Take some time and really immerse yourself in that feeling and see yourself. And now, as you prepare to bring those opportunities and that future already goal achieved self back into the present, become aware of what can you let go in this present that will allow you to better receive and manifest those opportunities and manifest your goals because of them. So take the time to visualize it and write it down. So while you're writing those down, I want to review the energetics of what's happening here, right? When we are stuck in these thoughts and images from the past that caused us to feel we lacked this goal, this achievement, these possessions, and that we had to do something, move from the present to the future, and that the future was far, far away, and we were feeling a sense of lack, scarcity, a lack of confidence in being able to move through all of this time and space to get to where we have achieved, when in the back of their mind where these voices are saying you're never going to do that, right? We have to let that go, and we exchange that sense of, oh, it's so far away, there's going to be so much work involved, we're going to have so much to do to get there, it's exhausting just thinking about it, and I'm afraid I'm never going to be able to get there. And so we have the illusion that it's so far away. And we begin each day, as we are attempting to do the things that we need to do to achieve that, we keep focusing on things from the past where we weren't able to. And we look into the future and we see a predictable future of us already failing, because that is the current vision of the present. And that is the past vision of the future, right? Does that make sense? So if we can surrender and let go of these thoughts, images, and emotions from the past, start fresh here in the present, but then begin to fill our hearts with gratitude for having already achieved our goals and wishes, seeing into the non-predictable future of limitless possibility, and embracing the possibilities and opportunities. And before they are even manifested here in the present, we are expressing our gratitude. We are celebrating our gratitude. We are already giving out from this treasure chest of abundance that we may not physically have yet, but we're already grateful for it. We can already see ourselves deeply rooted in it. And we are now accepting the bounty from the universe. And we are being grateful and we are being charitable to where now we are helping others through what we received, which is coming, right? It exists already with our future already goal achieved self. And it is manifesting in the present through opportunities we must now open our eyes and be dutifully aware and awake about, because it will be coming to us and we will need to instinctively grab it, work with it, and manifest it. And I have to tell you, in every single situation in my life, when I adapted this concept, it worked in ways I really couldn't even believe that it was possible for that to happen. But because I was so grateful in advance, even when I had nothing, when everything was taken away, I had a vision, and I was so grateful that I knew that there was going to be opportunities for me to connect with that vision. And I continued to look for opportunities. Even though the opportunity that I thought was going to be the one to get me there didn't work out, suddenly other opportunities through other people came along. And eventually things greater than I had ever imagined, right, came to me, but I had to jump on them fiercely. When I saw the opportunity, I grabbed it, I didn't let go. And I did everything I needed to do because I knew it was the right thing. And I was so grateful to have the opportunity to get out of the hole that I was in. Right? And whether it was when I was homeless or whether one job ended and there wasn't another one in sight, right? Or when I had to walk away from a job and then create a new opportunity. By practicing this process, I was able to open up my heart and open up my awareness for the next opportunity to come along. Right? And even though it was different than what I had imagined, it was better. And it was faster. Right? Does that make sense? All right, I'm going to stop the screen share here and open it up for discussion. First, I want to make sure, is everyone clear on those three phases that I outlined there, right? Any questions about what we just went through? Yes, Janine. You can unmute yourself. There you go.
Now, I'm not sure, Michael, because visualization is always tricky for me, except when I'm not trying to do it. So, but one of the things that occurred to me was to have love and gratitude for the things I'd already put into the project,
Yes.
to commend those. So is that viable too, to do that?
Oh, so the game, when you're expressing gratitude and love for what you already have and what you have already done, and couple that with gratitude and love for the completed experience, right? So what you're doing there is actually you're surrounding the present with gratitude and love, and then you're moving into that future of possibilities to see the culmination, the completion, and the pieces that are going to come to you to complete your puzzle. And you're embracing them, you're seeing yourself already having them, you're celebrating them with gratitude, right? You're filling your heart center with love, because that's the key, right? The old emotions of fear and doubt, those need to be replaced with positive, attracting emotion. And so getting rid of the fear, the doubt, the self-loathing, the lack of confidence, right? All of that, you can't just get rid of it. It must be replaced. There are slots in our consciousness. And if we try to take something out without replacing it with something, that hole gets filled with the same thing, right? So what we want to do is move from those old programs of the past, and in the present, clearly see and have an intention of moving forward, and then being grateful for that, showing love and gratitude, yes, for who you are right now, what you've accomplished right now. Celebrate what you've already accomplished in the past and in the present, but then begin to look at and celebrate what is going to happen as if it's already happened. See, then you tear down that wall and you remove the illusion of separation, that there is time and space separating you from the opportunities that are available to you, right? And we tear down that wall and we move out of time and space into timelessness and spacelessness. And in that void of removing all negative images, all thoughts, all beliefs about ourselves and our goals, limitations, what could interfere with it, we get rid of all of that, and we are surrendering in that nothingness to then allow the creative forces of life to dictate how the story is going to be completed and how you're going to achieve your goals and objectives, but it will determine what that's going to look like. And we have to be ready to receive those opportunities and jump on them. And it's the gratitude and love that you were showing about who you already are and what you've already done so far. And then the gratitude and love about seeing the vision of achieving what you're looking to do and have, but then celebrating it, actually embodying the changed individual you will become because of the attainment, and then what you're going to do with it to show love and charity and compassion and just being generous and grateful and humble, right? That's what makes the magnet really, really strong. And if any of you have taken my Your 9 Steps for Goal Achievement Mastery, that chapter dedicated to gratitude and service is actually what we're talking about tonight. And that is creating this strong polarity built on gratitude and then service that will pull out of the field, give those opportunities sort of a direct funnel to come flying into our sphere, our universe, our consciousness, our world, right? Does that make sense? Can you sense and understand the letting go of that which is pulling you away to adopting the state of consciousness that is pulling towards you the things that will make the goal achieved and make you open to receiving those opportunities and achieving the goal or something better, right? Or something better. Is that helpful? And if you ever get stuck with this, think about, in your contemplation or in your meditation, right? Think about what happens as you slowly start to let go, right? You slowly start to let go of your concept of your body. You just see it melting away in that light, or melting away in that nothingness of space. You feel that sense of lightness, right? That sense of quiet. All of the chattering starts to fall away. All of the whispers of you should, you would have, you could have, all of that, you didn't, you aren't, all of that starts to fall away. And instead of thinking, I am this, or I was this, or I can't be this, all that exists is the no thing. I am the no thing. And the no thing is the state of limitlessness. Being the thing is limited. Being the no thing is limitless. Allow yourself to just float in that limitless nothing. And then when you're in that state of no thing, begin to open your heart and fill it with that love and gratitude for the limitless being you already are, and for the fact that all that you look to have and accomplish is already in this field of limitless opportunity that you are a part of. You are a glowing atom within it. And so if you are that, there's no separation between you and all of the opportunities that exist for you to grow and expand. By filling our hearts with gratitude for having achieved, successfully implemented the opportunities that are coming our way, and having a clear vision of what that looks like and feels like, how we feel, and having a celebration of how amazing and wonderful that feels, and how amazing and wonderful life is because of it, and how amazing and wonderful you are, and the amazing and wonderful contributions you will make to the world because of who you are now, and what you are now, and what you have now, and what you do now. And the now becomes built on the limitless opportunities from that field of limitless opportunities and possibilities. How does that feel right now? Become aware of that. How does that feel? And who are you now? Because you are feeling this feeling, and you have done what you needed to do to achieve it. And you're surrounded in this field of limitless opportunity. And there's no separation between you and what you need and what you will have. It's all there. There is no space separating you. There is no time separating you. There's nothing that separates you. How does that feel, and who do you become when you embrace this new reality? Think about it. Let that feeling fill your heart, expanding your heart with gratitude, expanding your heart with confidence, expanding your heart with love, expanding your heart with generosity, creativity, wonder, anticipation. All the amazing things you could do and be. So, any other questions, or would you like someone would like to share what they experienced? What was the most important thing you experienced tonight? Maybe you'd like to share that. The gift you received, the clarity you received, the question that was answered. We're going to open up these last 15 minutes for anything you want to share.
Samarit raised her hand.
Samarit.
Okay.
Hey.
So funny that today's topic is coming up. I have spent, I think, all day connecting in the future with one of my goals and wrestling with something in my present that I knew I needed to give up. So it was mostly power, this whole tug of war between power and unconditional love. Unconditional love and something like kindness and acceptance, unconditional love and unconditional acceptance. So I've been in that soup for the better part of today. And then when we were doing the exercise, the thing that came up for me, besides this growing confidence in the feeling of connection with the future me, and with these goals. So that's the first experience, this growing connection, so that as I connect with the future self, I'm not alone. There's this real deep connection. And then my question has to do with, once I get there, the opportunities bombard, right? There's like, I made a list of recent opportunities, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And so this from the past is jack of all trades, master of none. What are you doing? And, there's all of that. And so there's that on the one hand, which I feel is the monkey from the past. And then there is, how do we choose in order to stay focused? So that's my question. I can feel, I don't have to feel, I know the opportunities. And then how do we effectively and consciously choose among so many?
I think we find that when we contemplate on that list of goals, right? If we really look at them carefully, we'll find that sometimes they revolve around a major goal, like planets around the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And so as you look at them, right, let's say, you have a list of 4 or 5 things, take a look at which of these has the highest priority for bringing the greatest results. right? And then how do these others orbit
Yeah.
around that sun, that major goal, to where they become sub goals and potential experiences we must go through in order to get each one of them a step towards the final achievement of the goal, the big goal, right? And that's where using contemplation or meditation, if you are working with a particular spiritual guide or a particular coach or someone who is helping you outwardly or inwardly, those are the topics of discussion where you can get clarity, right? And then you look to your dreams and you look to your contemplation and the guidance that comes to you. And life will provide what is the order of these steps, right? But first things first, looking at what's the thing I most desire, what's the thing that I'm most looking for to give me a sense of completing a phase and moving to the next phase, moving to the next step, and then seeing how the rest revolve around that, right? Does that make sense?
That's very helpful, Mike. I think the phrase that really clicked for me is which ones are really steps towards the thing you want to achieve. That makes it clicked, and it
Yeah.
makes sense. I
Yeah.
can't articulate it any further than that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And we start with that. Very cool. A great question. And thank you for sharing that. Who else? Carol.
Oh, I was just thinking about timing, and recently I've had some health issues that basically have kept me at home, housebound. So it's almost like, you're trying to put one foot in front of the other, but the physical body has, what can I say, just sort of slowed me down. So I think timing is, it's sort of like, not my will, but thy will, or in God's time, or whatever you want to call it. So that's something I've noticed for myself for the last, 3 or 4 months. I don't know if anyone else has experienced it. Like, it's almost like you're spinning your wheels kind of for the moment.
And, you can look at that as an opportunity, though, to ask, what is the necessary experience I'm having here with this illness? What is it here to teach me? How is it going to strengthen me, change my habits, change my approach to living my life, right? Because if we truly trust the divine, if we truly trust the field, we truly trust the spirit of life, we know that everything that's brought to us is connected to us being the best we can be and having the best in our life. So when we face something we think is a wall, let's look at it as a step and an opportunity, right? Instead of a wall. And have a conversation with it and explore, how is my life changing and how is this an opportunity for me to learn, to grow, to expand, and to perhaps change in a way that will make me better and more receptive to higher opportunities.
Yes,
Right.
and I guess maybe I was looking at it like, oh, I'm losing an opportunity, but I guess if it's my opportunity, I'm not losing it.
See, that sense of, oh, I'm losing an opportunity, or I really want this and I don't have it, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. That creates a separation and a consciousness of scarcity, right? Whereas if we truly believe and go beyond believing, and we truly know that we are limitless in a limitless ocean of possibilities, then whatever we are experiencing is a gift of learning and growing, right?
Mhm.
And evolving to be that which we need to be in order to receive what's there for us to receive.
Yes, thank you. I think Kathy had her hand up at the
Yes,
same time. Yes.
yes. Thank you, Carol. Kathy.
Okay.
Oh, you got muted, Kathy. Could you unmute yourself?
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought I unmuted. Okay. Opportunities come to me, but I'm always not sure. Is this the right one? Is this the, is this, should I go to this? And then I thought about, sometimes I don't know things about myself or the abilities I have. Sometimes it takes a friend saying something to me that I'm going, what? Did I do that? And then, like one of her was telling me to go for a certain position, and she says, "'Cause you tell stories," and I went, "I tell stories," and then I said, "I'm just telling about something that happened," and then I thought, "Oh, I guess I tell stories." So I think that maybe I need to look more about what I can do instead of sometimes I feel like I'm observing everything, but I'm part of things.
Yeah. And that is natural for when we are carrying a fear of, if we commit to something, we might fail, or
Yeah.
if we attempt to do something, we might be unsuccessful, right?
Mhm.
And so we talk ourselves out of it before we even try, right? And we doubt when somebody sees a possibility in us and an opportunity comes to us. That negative thinking from the past causes us to not only doubt ourselves, but it actually pushes away the opportunity.
Mhm.
And then we sit here saying, well, why don't I have what I want? Well, you had 3 tries at it, but you talked yourself out of it, right?
Yeah.
So like you said, here's an opportunity to get rid of those questions, that overanalysis, that judgment, and an opportunity comes up and somebody says, can you do this? Yes, I can, right? Always try to say yes
Okay.
to opportunities that are constructive, positive, and not dangerous, right? And always say yes. When somebody came to me and said, I want you to go start a division in South America, and you're going to have to learn how to speak Spanish and Portuguese better. If my past mind and thought patterns kicked in, and I allowed them to make that decision, they would have said, are you crazy? Do you know how much that's going to be? You're never going to be successful at that. Do you know how much work that's going to be? The challenges of that, and going into countries you've never been to, and blah, 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 right? Instead, I just said yes, right? I'll find a way, right?
Okay.
If we look at what we have accomplished in the past, every one of us here has accomplished many things, which is a testimony to the fact that we can accomplish many things. So if our attention is on the confidence we have from already achieved things and accomplished things, rather than the doubt and the fear that we're going to mess it up, right? We will attract those opportunities and then jump on them. And the worst that will happen ever is we will learn something, right? If something doesn't work out, the failure police are not going to arrest you and execute you, right? That's not going to happen. So the worst that can happen when we try something and it doesn't work out the way we thought it was supposed to, we want to accept that it worked out the best way we could, and it
Mhm.
worked out the way it was. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. Well, thank you for that question.
Mhm.
So what have you taken from that, and what are you going to do different from now on?
Well, I'm gonna have to start telling myself what I do, what I have done, what I can. And the thing you said was to say yes. Yeah, there's sometimes there's a lot of different choices that I guess let's just have to say yes to a lot of them.
And you know, if you list, you know, we were talking with Samarit earlier about that. If we list the choices and the immediate opportunities that are in front of us, we can look at which one fits the closest,
Mhm.
what will bring us the greatest amount of wisdom, love, and freedom, right?
Yeah.
And check each one at a time. And then look at, is there an either or in here, or could I incorporate a couple of these opportunities together, and it will make it an even better whole from that sum of the parts, right?
Yeah.
We obviously can't do everything all at once. So we prioritize which is the best one to start with, prove it, and either incorporate it or move on to the next one. Prove it, incorporate it, or move on to the next one.
Okay.
Yeah. But to become paralyzed by overanalysis paralysis, we
Mhm.
don't do anything.
Yeah.
No, that fear of making the wrong choice paralyzes into not making any choice because of that fear of failure or picking the wrong one. There is no wrong choice, except if it's an irresponsible, damaging choice. And we don't make that, we don't put that in our list of things to do that
Yeah.
are going to hurt us or someone else, right?
Yes.
The great Yogi Berra often said, when you come to the fork in the road, take it, right?
Yeah.
Make a choice. Any choice is going to lift you further towards your goal. Doing nothing keeps you where you are, or worse, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Kathy. I have Janine again. Thank you for raising your golden hand, Janine, so I could see you.
You know, it's so interesting how everything relates to everything. I'm
Yeah.
a city girl, but I'm trying my hand at gardening some vegetables. And
Good
so
for you.
got some beans growing on my deck and pot and things, and they're climbing all over the place. And I'm thinking, well, I want to save some seeds for next year. So I went online to look at how do you save your seeds from your green beans. And it was really interesting because it's like there are stages of ripeness
Mhm.
in the beans. So some you can pick right away to eat. Oh, they're so sweet, they're yummy. And there are others that if you leave them, then you can eat the beans inside. They're like white beans. And then there's another phase entirely where you can use the seeds to plant for next year. So it's kind of like this, how I've related that to the goal and what I should do next is where is the stage of ripeness in the project, right? What needs to be picked right away and what's going to wait a little while and what's down the road.
Cool. Yeah. And you've chosen, instead of being a has-been, to being a have beans. That's great. Great. I love that. I love that, Janine. That looking at the ages of ripeness, the stages of ripeness and readiness. And then sometimes we have to let certain opportunities percolate a little bit, but there are others that we can be working with until those other ones are ready. But be grateful for the fact we have choices, right? When those opportunities come and you have that thing, I need to choose from these, man, that's a time to be really grateful you have choices, right? And the truth of the matter is we always have choices, right? When we get those emotions out of the way of fear and of judgment, right? And of looking at limitation, well, we get rid of that stuff, release it for the gratitude, the love, and the anticipation, right? That's where magic starts to happen. Okay, I wanted to jump back for a second here. Yeah, so real quickly, we went through that, we went through that. And so all of the things we're talking about, for those of us who are watching on Facebook Live, everything I'm talking about in here was built into the programs that many of you have already been through, but some of you haven't. I just want you to be aware on my MikeDeLucaCoach.com program website, there are a number of programs I create to help facilitate this process of goal achievement. If you were to go to goalmasteryjournal.com, you get quite a bit of information on this goal mastery journaling system that really helps you create this energy, this prioritization, and this confidence every day to begin to pull your goals to you and you to them. And also, for those of you in the healthcare field, I am starting a brand new program called the Evolved Health Caring Thought Leader Program. We're going to be having a seminar in October, and you'll be seeing a date soon, where I'm going to be working with folks to recapture that love of the field that they're working in healthcare and find new opportunities to find limitless opportunities for earning more money 24 hours a day, helping more people around the world utilizing online technology, websites, funnels, seminars, webinars online, and online recorded courses. So that's part of a program that I'm sharing. Also, I spoke about the Your 9 Steps for Goal Achievement Mastery program, right? This is a 9-month, 10 sets of 2 classes per month, 2 workbooks per month. And this has all been pre-recorded. You can study it at your own pace. Incredible results of people who've gone through it. And it really has a lot of the tools and experiences I had used when I was moving through my areas of goal achievement. For those of you interested in dreams, I have the Ride Your Dreams program, which has a bunch of amazing things: quantum dreaming workshop, my special dream journal, my special exploring the different types of dreams video, and directing your dreams audio. And as I said, the special journal, great program for people interested in dreaming. And then those of you who are either have graduated from programs of mine and want to continue working with me, I have private coaching opportunities where I can help people either build a bigger, better life, build your business, or solution-focused coaching for specific goal achievement. And that's just a little bit of what I've been doing and what I do and what's going to be out there. And again, you can find more information at my MikeDeLucaCoach.com about all that other stuff. So with that, I do want to thank you all who are here with me on Zoom. Appreciate you being here in person. For all of you who are watching and seeing this on Facebook Live, thank you for taking time out of your evening and your weekend to join us. I hope you receive something of value. I hope that we've been of service to you tonight, and I hope that you will join us again in the future and see what we are up to and what kinds of great experiences and information we'll be sharing with you. As always, I'm devoted to helping you be the very best you can be and achieve your dreams. So thank you all. I love you all, and I'm grateful that you were here, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a great night, great rest of your weekend, and a great life until I see you again. So take care.